In our first story, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has directed that the School of Survey and Mapping should be closed down with immediate effect. John Peter Ambewu, at a news conference Tuesday evening, indicated the basis of the students' demonstration was unlawful and unwarranted. He also directed the staff should be deployed elsewhere. Last week, students of the school went on rampage, destroying property and some barricades used to cordon off portions of the school land suspected to have been sold to a private developer.
It's important that we also protect and those lives, and also the lives of the students themselves, because the safety of the student is also critical for our, as a country. And so this attempt to destroy properties, cause disturbances, cannot be allowed in an environment of peace. And that is why we are asking that for work to progress on, smoothly, the school be temporarily, shut down, while alternative measures will be put in place to make sure that the right measures will be put in place to make sure that we call them back. What is very important to us as a ministry is that as a party, we want to deliver land title registration in 30 days. And certain things need to be made. One of them critically is to make sure that this head office building is key, and also the regional office construction block is key to be able to provide a working environment that is very conducive, for the staff to be able to deliver on our 30 days basis.
On the mainstream economy, the Institute of Economic Affairs is proposing the establishment of an independent body that will monitor government's expenditure and also ensure it stays within the budget lines. The Fiscal Council, the IEA says, will, among other things, provide regular briefings to the media about how government is spending and what the expenditure is on and how transparent those expenditures are. The IEA says it has presented so far its proposal to government and is hopeful it will be adopted. The senior economist at the IEA, Dr. Osaya Sibe, at a news conference on Tuesday, explained that the country stands to gain immensely if government is able to rein in its spending.
Because often we do not have adequate governance and fiscal framework and monitoring mechanism that often ensure that politicians keep to fiscal objectives and fiscal sustainability goals. Although we have passed the PFM Act 2016, which is a semblance of fiscal rule, it did not make provision for monitoring and compliance. Okay, and so in 2017 budget, the government actually, in fact, in the IEA documentation, it made a strong recommendation that we first have to have Fiscal Council, a fiscal rule, and in addition, we should make effort to come out with a Fiscal Council. And so government has taken that on board and has made strong commitment to fiscal discipline, of indicating its intention to initiate a Fiscal Council that will serve as a watchdog, monitoring and to ensure compliance to fiscal rules in Ghana.
In other stories, the Minister for Gender and Social Protection, Otiku Afisejaba, has apologized to President Akufo-Addo and Ghanaians for the public spectacle between her and the MPP's Northern Regional Minister, Bugre Nabo. Daniel Bugre Nabo accuses the Gender Minister of attempting to instigate rejection of President Akufo-Addo's nominee for a district chief executive position in the Northern region, after which he disrupted a meeting between the Northern Regional Minister and the party's women organizer. In response, the Gender Minister accused him of taking goats and cows as bribes from prospective school feeding caterers. But speaking on the polls earlier, Otiku Afisejaba said she was only representing the First Lady in the region and did not intend to create confusion in the matter.
I apologize to my party members and the people of Ghana for what happened. I'm the mother. They say that in tree, so banigu sukra ohohoro. And so I want to use this opportunity to apologize to all Ghanaians about what happened. But it is a lesson for us to understand that we need to respect each other and we need to respect women. If there is a mandate for a minister of gender to engage staff, it's not for any man to come and say that because you are a man, because you are a chairman, you have to do the engagement. There's something called lobbying. If I wanted my brother or a friend to work here, I would come and lobby the staff or whoever engages people and say, oh, please, I have a brother who has this.
So if you had lobbied rather than, you know, bump into your meeting, that would have been okay.
It's important that we understand that. I was sent by the First Lady. And so I informed the regional minister that the First Lady had asked me to attend this program whilst I was in the Upper East. So after that, being there, I decided that I would visit the women organizers as a women organizer. And I mean, if you are in a place like Tamale and you have some journalists there or people from your office, I don't think you like to meet them, and that's what I did. And I had already informed the regional minister that I was going to be there, and the deputy regional women's organizer was also informed. And so the women came, but the chairman, who was we couldn't reach him, and he had been in Accra, felt that it was an illegal meeting. How can a visit to your own family be illegal? And he had issues thinking that he had to appoint the school feeding caterers, but that's not part of his mandate. I might not be your mother or your wife or your sister, but I am a woman.
Right.
And the same respect that you will want somebody to accord to your female person in your life, you should accord to me.
Do you feel disrespected by him?
Yes, I felt disrespected. I feel it on behalf of all women, because I know that if it was a man, he wouldn't do that, because other ministers have appointed. I mean, is he going to appoint the health officers and doctors at Ministry of Health? Is he going to appoint soldiers for the Ministry of Defense or police for the Ministry of Police?
You think he did that because you're a woman?
Yes, I think so. That it's because I am a woman. He thinks that he can bully me and he can get away with it. But people of Ghana, what is not right is not right.
And already there were indications the two had been summoned to the Flaxa files, and Otiku Afisa-Jaba said the issue has since been resolved, but indicated it was important for the Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP to respect women and show some love.
I myself went to see the president yesterday, and I spoke to him about it, and I used the opportunity to explain to him about what had happened, and I apologized to him as well.
So did he sort out the issues between you and him?
Oh, the president, Mr. President is a very pepe man. He says it as it is, he tells you as it is, and he always invites you to share your opinion with him. I think that some people also think that perhaps this is their opportunity to take the school feeding away from the Ministry of Gender. But the school feeding is at the Ministry of Gender by legislation. It's not about Otiku.
So in this case, the president will support you then because you are within your mandate. Does he support you?
I don't want to go whether he supported A or B. This is a family matter, and what has been done has been done. We need to move on as a people.
If you were to have one single word for the man who you say has disrespected you, what would you tell him?
Love. Show some love, Mr. Bugri, and respect. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. Everybody in Ghana, have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Okay.
It is the mother that gives birth to our sons and daughters. I am also somebody's mother, and I need to be respected. I also need some love. He is also somebody's father. He also needs some love and some respect. So let's love each other and respect each other, and Ghana will be better off.
And already the gender minister has since suspended her social media account, particularly on Facebook, following attempts to hack those accounts. Well, let's move on. And the paramount chief of the Ogwa traditional area, Osabarima Kwesiata I, is charging the new mayor of Cape Coast, Ernest Arthur, to stay focused if he is to succeed in his new role as the Metropolitan Chief Executive for the area. According to the Omahini of the Ogwa traditional area, the task ahead is one that is not easy. Speaking at the maiden visit of the new mayor to the Nim Tsimaze Palace in Cape Coast, the Paramount Chief also lamented on how past administrations have neglected traditional authorities by refusing to pay royalties and subsidies following. Richard Kwejin more.
Before he started work as the mayor of Cape Coast, the new mayor, Ernest Atta, went to the Central Mosque in Cape Coast, where he introduced himself to the Muslim community. He asked for their prayers as he embarked on his transformation agenda as the mayor. He subsequently worshipped with Our Lady of Apostles Catholic Church in Cape Coast, where he asked the Christian communities in the metropolis never to cease praying for him. On his visit to the Mintimaze Palace, the Omahine of Ogwa traditional area, Osabere Makwesiata, lamented how over the years the assemblies have not allotted to them subsidies to support the traditional area. Most importantly, the Omahine queried the assembly over their failure to consult them in the implementation of projects on their land.
Invariably, politicians big promises. Mayor dam. In your own backyard, where is it then?
During elections, politicians make big promises, and when they win, we see nothing. They rather engage in the development of their private businesses. The Traditional Council in Cape Coast needs funds from the Metro Assembly to be able to work properly. It will be nice to have developments like schools, buildings, and factory projects in Cape Coast. The people of Cape Coast are lacking a lot of things, even though we all pay taxes. Something needs to be done.
It belongs to Traditional Council. Now it's 5-10 minutes. Traditional Council be a year to screw. Yeah, fear. Now, baby, why there? Project be recorded. So assuming a visitor comes.
The new Cape Coast Mayor, Ernest Atta, promised to collaborate with the traditional area in the execution of his mandate. He promised to right the wrongs of the past and chart a new path with the traditional area.
Meanwhile, the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the Asantehene Otumfuo to the second are expected to grace the official inauguration of the Kumasi City Mall today. The shopping center was open to business on the 20th of April amid fanfare and excitement among most residents. Management of the shopping center so far reports of high traffic or throughput at the facility with a record 75,000 visits daily, and also averagely on May Day alone. Overwhelmed, officials say what appeared to be an initial negative publicity for the mall on social media has turned out to be a success story. A report by Nanaya Ojima.
For 2 weeks, the Kumasi City Mall trended on all social media platforms with what many people considered negative photographs. Shop owners and patrons were never deterred as the crowd milled in and out of the facility daily. On May Day, as many as 75,000 passed through the walls of the mall. John Bedubonsu is marketing manager at Kumasi City Mall.
Opening day, we had 67,000 people. 67,000 people, subsequently 40, and on May Day we had 75,000 people coming here. It's never happened anywhere in Ghana before. In marketing, there's nothing like negative publicity. Every publicity is depending on how you manage it. The news that went viral, most of them wasn't true. You can't bring goats into them. It's not possible. But it also helped us. As I said, we had a special coverage. BBC actually made a report on us. And it took us international. We trended on Twitter for like 2 weeks. And everybody was talking about Kumasi Mall. People wanted to come and see if what they were hearing was true. And when they came and it wasn't true, they went back to talk about us. So I think it helped in a way. But we wouldn't have loved something like that to happen, obviously. But as it happened, it was very, very fruitful to us.
The mall now serves dual role of a shopping center and a tourist attraction for many in the Ashanti region. Harriet Konedu is a Class 6 pupil of our Kings and Queens Academy on an excursion to the mall.
Say that here is heaven because here is so beautiful. All the things are so nice, special. All the excursions we have go, this one is special. It was amazing. I felt so happy.
What did you see that attracted you so much?
The toy guns, there are many. The things that the children used to play, it's fun.
Nana Yaojima reporting.
Well, what exciting news. And that's it for the latest news update we have.